Just past the 13-mile mark south of Providence, following a wall that lines right along the eastern side of the path. And although I admittedly have no idea how old this wall is, I can get a close-up of it here. Oops. Looks perhaps at times somewhat new, although at other times it looks older. There are periods of wall collapse that we can see as we walk along here, if we can see through the trees. And though I admittedly don't know the age of this wall, as I said, it does highlight pretty clearly the associations that I'm trying to draw out through this project, as this wall, following this path, in some way, we can either argue responds to the path or the path responds to the wall. And going back to some of the relationships I highlighted in my notebook, which I'll put up on the wiki, we can see perhaps some relationship where this wall is trying to divide the path from what's beyond it, or perhaps not. One possibility is that this wall is a relic from the days of the rail line that went through here, where the path is, and if so, it would achieve that. Or it could be put up after the rail line was down and after the path was directed, in which case it would serve to line and artificially divide what's just beyond the wall with the path itself, with the same goals but for completely different reasons and in response to completely different sets of relationships between the wall and the path of the wall and the rail line. Or it could be none of those things. But interestingly, it does follow exactly the path marked off. And right up here, I believe, if I can get a good shot of it, you can see the wall. If we look over here, you can see, I'll zoom in, the wall sticks up a bit, kind of like a turret of some kind. Oops. And then starts to shrink back down to its previous size. It's only about a meter tall, but you can see over here it gets to about 1.5 meters, 2 meters tall, and keeps going between the two roads almost entirely along the path by the 13-mile marker. Here's another one of those larger sections of the wall. So I suspect it's older than the path, but without documentation of some kind, I can't really prove my suspicion.